Welcome back to Behind the Shed Cooking, where we cook everything outside. It's another gorgeous day here in Northern Ireland. It is October, and I have missed Canadian Thanksgiving, but American Thanksgiving is coming up. So today, we're going to go over the American way. We're deep frying a turkey. First off, there's a lot of misconceptions on deep frying turkeys. People usually turn up their nose when you say you're going to deep fry a turkey, and the first question they ask is, isn't it going to be greasy? The answer is no. If it's cooked properly, it won't be greasy. So we want to keep our oil between 325 degrees Fahrenheit and 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to cook our turkey for 3.5 minutes per pound. But when you do that, the bird will come out and have a nice crisp skin and a nice moist meat, hopefully. If you cook it at too low of a temperature, you're going to have a really greasy bird. And if you cook it at too high of a temperature, it's going to be burnt. But the first thing we're going to do before we deep fry our turkey is we're going to brine it. And brining is basically just a saltwater solution with a bunch of herbs and spices in it. We want to brine for 20 hours, 24 hours, in around there. Typically the day before, you let it sit overnight in the fridge. And that just sucks up all the flavor of the herbs and the salt and everything that you put in it. And leave it with a nice juicy turkey when you're done. So, let's brine a turkey. Okay, so we're going to brine this turkey, get our brine ready. First thing we're going to do is light our burner. And I've got 4 liters of water in this pot. So we just want to bring that up to a boil. So when that comes to a boil, I'm going to add 1 cup of salt, half a cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, 1 tablespoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of garlic granules, and enough vegetable cubes for 4 liters. Okay, my water's at a boil. What I'm going to do is start stirring in my ingredients. Start with the salt. Brown sugar. Black pepper. Allspice, garlic, and 8 vegetable cubes. Basically what I want to do is just let that simmer for a little bit while stirring it. Let everything melt. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. This was simmering. And you're left with this kind of brownish liquid. Doesn't look the best, but it smells delicious. So now what we want to do is cool this down. We can't put our turkey in this when it's hot because it'll start to cook it. So you can just cover this, put it in the fridge overnight. We are going to have to add water anyway, so I'm going to add a bag of ice to get it down in temp. Just basically stir that up, let that melt. We'll bring this down to about 3 degrees, stick it in the fridge for a while, and then we'll put our turkey in it. All right, my brine has now come down in temperature, so I'm just gonna prep this bird. So first thing you wanna do is take out the neck and the giblets. Don't wanna brine those. Don't throw them away. Turkey heart is delicious, fried up with a little bit of garlic butter. So good. Now I'm just gonna cut up anything that I'm not going to fry. Just anything that looks like fat or not appetizing. Any extra skin you don't want. We're going to take our turkey and just throw it into our brine solution. That's perfect. Now what I'll do is add a little bit of water just so it's fully covered. Stir. And that's it. I'll put that lid on it, and I'll put that in the fridge for 24 hours. Sometime tonight, maybe 8-10 hours from now, I'll flip it over. And that's pretty much it. That's how you brine a turkey. All right, our turkey's been brining for about 20 hours or so. See it in there. It's all like, smells so good. So now we're gonna get ready for the next step, which is rinse the bird off, get our oil fill level frying, and we're also going to inject the bird. So let's do that. Okay, there's a few things we want to do now that our turkey's brined. First thing we need to do is rinse the turkey off. It's basically you just do that with water, but we also need to know the level of our oil in our pot, which is very crucial. You do not want to overfill your pot with oil, because once you put your turkey in, it splashes over, everything lights on fire, it's a horrible day. So, what I'm gonna do is grab our turkey out here. Let it drain. And we're just gonna put it on our turkey stand. And this is how this cookie will be fried, legs facing up. So now that we've done that, we wanna rinse out our pot and get rid of our brine. Okay, now that that's done, basically I'm gonna lift the turkey, put it into the pot, just like that, the way we're gonna fry it. And then we're gonna fill it with water, just until it's covered. So now that the turkey is completely covered, what we want to do is lift her out. This hook. Give it a second and let it drain. And there you have it. That is the level of oil we want. Now it just happens to be right on my max fill line, so I don't need to mark it. What I was going to do was take a butter knife, just score the side so I know how much to fill it. But we're right on the max line, so that works out. Okay, now we're going to inject this turkey. So what I have here is 2 sticks of melted butter, a teaspoon of onion granules, a teaspoon of, I beg your pardon, a tablespoon of onion granules, and a tablespoon of garlic. And you just want to mix that in real good. Then you want to take your injector, and basically I want to inject the breast. 3 sections, 3 rows, and in the leg and up in the wing. By doing this, you're injecting this butter and garlic right into the breast meat of the turkey meat, and it just adds that extra layer of flavor. Use the gloves. One blew away in the wind. Here in the wing. I'm going to do that to the other side, and then I'm going to put this in the fridge until we're ready to cook. All right, we're getting ready here to prep our fryer to cook this turkey. So I'm going to fill up my pot until my fill line that I marked earlier, or in this case it was my max fill line. There. So now what I want to do is light this burner. Okay, buddy, come here. Turn my gas on. Keep going. That's it.
Scare ya?
No.
Put that oil on.
So now we're just going to let this come up to temperature to 350 degrees. As my oil's heating, we want to prep the turkey. And the first thing we want to do is wipe this thing dry. I want to keep this turkey as dry as possible for when we dip it into the oil. As we all know that frying oil and water equals a lot of splatter, which we don't want. So we're going to do this. Flip it over, grab the back. Now we're going to take the bird, put it on our turkey stand. Just like that. And there we go. When this oil comes up to temperature, we're ready to deep fry turkey. Okay, like I said before, I'm going to cook this turkey between 325 to 350. I'm going to go up to 350 degrees initially. When I put the turkey in, obviously the temperature is going to drop. As long as I maintain in between 325 and 350, that's where I want to go. This is a 10.5 pound turkey, so at 3 minutes a pound, that would be about 31.5 minutes. And at 3.5 minutes a pound, it would be about roughly 36.5 minutes. So I'm going to check it at the 31-minute mark. I'm going to probe it, see what it's looking like. If it needs a little bit more time, I'll put it back in for the remaining 5 minutes or so. So we're getting up there. We're at 150 degrees now. We're getting closer. It's almost time. All right, our oil's almost there. So what I'm going to do now is oven mitt. I'm going to use my hanger hook, pick up my turkey, and we're going to lower this in very, very slowly. No rush on this. 30 seconds, whatever it takes. Just, you do not want to rush this, because any moisture that's in this bird is going to make this oil expand and steam and go everywhere. So you want to take your time, lower it in slowly. Once it's in, you're good to go. Okay, we're sitting at 350 degrees, and we're about to lower this turkey in. So we want to turn down our gas And like I said, take your time doing this. Alright, now that the turkey's in, I'll start my timer. Alright, we're about 14 minutes into this cook, and things are going alright. I had a little bit of trouble maintaining over 300 degrees, but we're there now. We're sitting at exactly 325 right now. And yeah, basically grab a beer and just sit and wait until this thing's ready to pull out. Okay, it's been 32 minutes. We're gonna check this turkey. Basically what I do is grab it, take it out. We're gonna let it drain. And we're going to probe it. Just take our probe right into the breast meat. Oh yeah, this turkey's done. It's reading 189 Fahrenheit. And we'll check a leg. 192. This turkey's done. Excellent. And look at the way it looks. Beautiful. Now that we know the bird's done, let's get it onto the carving board and see how it looks inside. You're in no rush here. It's got to rest anyway. Take your time. So I'm just going to cut a piece of the breast just so we can have a look at it. It's got a nice bark on it, not too bad. Juices are just flowing out of it. God, that's good. Excellent. Okay, thanks for watching Behind the Shed Cooking. Please like, share, subscribe. Any comments that you have, any ideas that you have, any rubs, basically anything you wanna say, add them to the comments. I'll do my best to answer them all. Until the next time, this has been great. That is a perfectly cooked, deep fried turkey.